Okay, so today I thought I would put together a little video of how I learn a tune. So when I'm learning a new tune, this process that I go through when I'm learning it. This is basically a redo of a live stream that I put together for my Skool students. So everybody on my free Skool account got to watch this live stream as it happened, but I forgot to record it. So I thought I would put a little video together in the same manner, looking at the way that I, as a jazz violinist, will learn a tune. So how I'll always start is by listening. I'm learning The Song Is You by Jerome Kern, and I am listening to Oscar Peterson playing it to begin with. Okay, so that's one A section. We've got this. And then I hear Oscar doing, I'm thinking, is that in the melody? What do we think? Probably not. I feel like it's just a fill that he's played in the middle of the melody, but I don't know for sure. So I'm going to listen to some other versions. I'm going to listen to Chet Baker.
I hear music when I look at you, a beautiful theme of every...
Okay, so yeah, I was right about that. That's not probably in the melody. Chet here is singing the lyrics, so rather than it's da, 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 a beautiful da, 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 da. My violin's a little bit out of tune because I just put some new strings on, the Dario Kaplan. So we've worked out that what we think is the melody there. This process, it can feel a little bit arduous, but it is the best way to make sure you really know a tune, because you don't always want to be learning somebody else's version of this stuff, right? Jazz is an improvised music, but we want to know like the source material that we're improvising with properly before we start putting our own stuff on it. Otherwise, these old songs, they just end up getting sort of lost and changed over time. And it is just really good to try and keep those old melodies alive, because who else is going to do it apart from us? One extra step that I might take when I'm learning the melody is looking at the sheet music. So you can get these on Amazon quite easily, or just anywhere, any music bookshop or online, wherever. These songbooks, they often have the original score for the piano and voice that Jerome Kern himself will have written. So it really is looking at the actual source material for what the melody might be, because real books can be sort of inaccurate, perhaps transcribing the melody from a version by a jazz musician who might have improvised himself. So that's why these original piano scores can be good for just, you know, really making sure that you know what that melody is. And here we've got yeah, exactly it. We've got that A flat, G, do. I've checked out the music, and now I know for sure that I am on the right path. I know we've just looked at a little bit, but let's say that I've learned the whole melody now, and I feel like I want to learn the chords. You've got to remember, in this process, all the while that you're learning this melody, perhaps your ear is trying to pick up the chords as well. And the melody notes are also going to help you work out what that harmony might be. So again, I will listen to a version, and I will try to work out the chords from that, with my ear to begin with. Let's get the Oscar Peterson version up again. Full disclosure, I have already worked this one out and spent a bit of time with this tune recently, but I do remember what happened with my ear when I was listening through. When I listened to it first, I could sort of hear what I thought was 1, 6, 2, 5 all the way through. Let's have a little listen. So what I did then was I listened through and tried to sort of play some 2-note chords with my violin just quietly to work out if I was right. Let's listen. When I I was working this out, I think I got it wrong slightly. So I thought it was 1625, 1625, 1625 all the way through most of that A section. However, there are a couple of different things, especially this little moment here. That moment there doesn't. It's not 1/6. It's. It's 1 flat 3 diminished 2 5. I knew something was sort of wrong, but I couldn't work out exactly what it was. So I looked at the chords, and here they are. So we've got C E flat diminished do. There's two ways of getting to a 2 chord from the 1 chord that we often see. 2 different types of sort of diminished roots in. So in this instance, we've got 1 flat 3 diminished, or you could say 1 diminished, because E flat diminished is the same as C diminished. Or we could have 1 sort of flat 9 diminished, which would be, or I guess like flat 2 diminished or whatever. Or it's 1 6 with a flat 9, a B flat diminished chord, 2 5. Those are the 2 ways that we often go from chord 1 to chord 2. And yeah, my ear sort of heard that, and sort of heard it wrong. So I had to look at the chords to sort of work out where it was. And yeah, so for most of the rest of this A section though, we've got that sort of 6, 1 6 2 5 in different sort of variations, different forms of 1 6 2 5. 1 3 diminished, 2 5 1 6 2 5 3 6 2 5 F minor flat. Yeah, that makes sense. Sounds right to me, or sounds close enough. So now I've spent some time listening to the melody, I've spent some time listening to the chords, and then I've also looked at the original melody, and then I've looked at someone's version of the chords in a real book. And you've got to sort of find your version that you like the most. So yeah, it might feel quite long-winded, and it might feel like when you first start doing this sort of thing, it sort of slows you down. It means you never learn tunes. But I promise you that trying to go through this process when you learn songs is really, really good for you. And the more you do it, the quicker you get at it. And the quicker you can hear these changes, the quicker you can quickly piece things together via the written music and via the stuff that you listen to. And then you also end up just hearing lots of different jazz, and you know, that whole thing that I talk about when it comes to like how do people get into playing swing, how do people sort of get the sound of jazz in their playing. It is by listening, and this is a really great way of sort of active listening. What I'm doing is I'm listening, I'm reading, I'm looking through the tunes, I'm trying to work out, you know, in a way I'm trying to work out like my version of this tune. And I'm trying to work out what I would do with it, because I'm listening to other people's versions of it and I'm thinking, this is great, that sounds great, I might do something similar to that, or I might do something similar to the other version, or I might put 2 versions together. And that's when you start to sort of create your own musical identity in the world of sort of playing the Great American Songbook. Hopefully that was helpful, guys. If you want to get insights similar to this on a regular basis, then join my Skool. It's a free place that you can chat with others about learning jazz violin. You can get feedback and help from myself. You can take courses. You can join my Jazz Violin Practice Club every week on Monday, 6 p.m. UK time. There's loads of stuff on there. It's something that I'm really focusing on and working hard at to make a valuable and helpful place for jazz violinists to learn how to play. Thanks very much, guys. See you soon.